gun violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Last night's story was very disturbing about the thousands of guns and other weapons seized from students.
And tonight we dig deeper into the emotional problem students are now facing, but not always dealing with effectively. And the consequences, well, they can be frightening for their students and their families.
Investigative reporter Kristen Thorne is here with her special report. Kristen.
Bill and Sade, this story began with a parent on Long Island who got in touch with me over concerns about fighting in her local high school. My first reaction was, well, that's nothing new.
That's nothing new. Kids fight. Look, if you guys went to schools in the community, fights were constant, honestly. Anywhere, the lunchroom, right? Cafeteria, if you want to call it, the auditorium, the library, the bathrooms, especially, you know, in the classrooms. Fights could break out, you know, at any time. And it was almost like you were having at least, if you didn't have at least 2 to 3 fights a week, your school was not lit. I'm just telling you that's just how it was. And in this day and age, the fights have escalated. People have started to bring weapons to school because their parents have weapons and easily accessible nowadays. You know, we've seen that in multiple stories that I've done where the parents leave their weapons easily accessible and the kids grab them, take them to school. You know, we got multiple instances, but when you have kids who are dealing with their issues in violent ways, and then they're listening to music that's telling them to go grab the gun, right? They're watching on social media how other dudes from other schools and their favorite rapper went and grabbed the gun. So now they are going to grab the gun because they want to prove that they're the realest one at their school. Okay, that's how most of these gun instances go down at schools. Now, I know we have these school shootings like Uvalde and the Ethan Crumbley situation, even Timothy Simpkins, right? But most of these situations are, I would say, they're more like into like a Timothy Simpkins situation where guys are coming back and spinning on the ops, basically, or targeting a particular individual or individuals.
Kids fight in school. It happens. But once I started looking into it, I discovered that these fights are more violent, more vicious, and more frequent, and that they've been happening more often and happening in schools across our area. Michaela Jones showed us the scars from when she was attacked in March by 2 girls in the hallway at West Babylon High School. They used a pen to slash her all over her.
Damn, I'm gonna have to blank that out.
Face and back.
They both dragged me down to the ground, slammed my head into the ground, the wall. They were stabbing me all over.
So she was attacked probably because she's a cute girl. Okay, in my high school, all the ugly girls would attack the cute girls, and some would even go as far to say it was dark skin versus light skin. You know, that is definitely a thing. All right. I have 3 sisters. 2 of them are light skinned and one of them is more mocha colored. But my lighter skinned sister, she was like straight yellow. She got a lot of hate from the dark skinned girls at school. Okay. That was something that happened all the time. And this sister right here, she's mocha. Now, the lashes, you know, they're high school. They don't know what are the proper lengths for lashes, but those lashes are crazy. You know, they they don't look good. And maybe that's the aftermath of the fight. I don't know if she had the same lashes on, but you know, they target usually the prettier girls, unfortunately. Even if there are pretty dark-skinned girls, it's not just dark-skinned versus light-skinned, but that's what you usually saw, okay? That's what you usually saw, at least when I was in middle school. But, I mean, it's messed up because, you know, they targeted her because her hair is real. She probably talked, you know, she probably talk her ish too, right? She probably talks her ish too, but the reason why they targeted her ultimately is because of jealousy. And we have a lot of jealousy in the schools, in the community.
My eye, my neck, my side of my face, my back. They repeatedly kicked me over and over again.
Joan suffered a concussion and bruised ribs. She hasn't been back to school since.
2 days before I was supposed to return to school, I got
Jesus Christ, these lashes, bro. Oh my God. They're insane. They do not look good. Like, she's going to look, you know, when you go and look back at your high school pictures and you're ashamed, she's going to go look back at this video and be like, wow, my lashes were not fleeking. Like, it looks like some have just fallen off in the middle. Oof, it's not good, honey.
Notified by other students in the building that these girls were going around telling people that if I come back to school, they're going to have somebody follow me home so that her brother can come to my house and shoot me and my family.
At North Babylon High School, this 9th grader says she was punched.
North Babylon. Guys, the symbolism is crazy. What happened in Babylon, guys? Y'all remember? Y'all been reading your Bibles, doing your devotions? What happened in Babylon?
In the face while in school. This North Babylon middle schooler says she's also been attacked in school.
They followed me into the bathroom, and then the one girl asked me if I wanted to fight, and I just ignored her and I walked out. She started hitting me in the back of the head.
Parents are getting involved too. In North Babylon, a mother is being charged with hitting a child repeatedly with a metal pipe.
Wow. And this is why sisters, come get your kids is not gonna work, because these super sister gremlins are on demon time.
Because she told police the child had been bothering her son in school and beat him up. The juvenile victim suffered a fractured arm. Eyewitness News obtained from the North Babylon School District emails parents sent to school administrators this school year about violence within the school buildings. The district says they've taken steps to address it, including adding, quote, significantly more high-def security cameras, hiring additional social workers, and seeking to add another psychologist.
We can't leave without having our IDs down, and we can't leave through certain doors now. So things changed and a lot more.
The nails, guys, you know, it's just OD, dog. This is OD. The nails, how long are they? 3-inch nails.
More security.
In fact, it was a violent year in schools across.
I mean, I guess you got to have them nails just in case you get in a fight.
Our area, a knife fight between students at Spring Valley High School, fights involving guns at Susan E. Wagner High School on Staten Island, and a student threatening a student with a knife at Ossining High School and hitting a student with a car. It's happening across the country, and it's a problem the Department of Homeland Security warned the public about, saying that the threat of targeted violence in schools will remain elevated across the country as children reintegrate into school and cope with depression and feelings of isolation caused by the pandemic.
And that's what they're blaming it on. God.
Child psychologist Dina Abbey says kids are absorbing all of the angst of the world, and adults have to try harder to shield them from it.
There's all of this anxiety and stress within society, and we hand it to these children.
Abby says what parents can do right away to help is to limit, or better yet, eliminate their child's use of social media. She says that is the biggest culprit in encouraging kids to participate in this type of violence. Also, parents, if you are struggling with your mental health, you should seek help. She says children can tune in right into how you're feeling. And she says if a child's rock is unstable, they have a harder time coping with life, and it's easier to resort to violence.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured, but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on. That's that nigga.
That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Just play these Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Well, new this afternoon, TMZ is reporting one of the victims hurt in a New Jersey shooting is rapper Lil TJ. This happened overnight in Edgewater. Police say a Chipotle restaurant employee called to report the shooting.
No, they done brought the hood to Chipotle, man. They done brought the hood to Chipotle. Oh, man. I mean, see, because I saw it coming when they brought the hood or the community to Moe's, right? Remember Moe's? If y'all remember Moe's, yeah. Well, they brought the hood to Moe's, and then they ended up bringing the hood to Barbaritos because Moe's was a little hot. You had, okay, I can't get a burrito from Moe's. I'll go to Barbaritos. They charge a little bit more, right? But it's okay. They don't have them $5 burritos on Monday, but it's okay. Then they brought the community to damn Barbaritos, and now Chipotle was the last safe haven, and it's done. It's done. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Officers got there. They found a 22-year-old victim. They then responded to a nearby Exxon station where they found another 22-year-old victim. TMZ says one of those victims is rapper Lil TJ, and they say he had to get surgery for his injuries. So far, no word on any arrests.
Begin with that breaking news in New Jersey.
2 people are shot at 2 different locations. CBS 2's Christina Fan live in Edgewater with the latest on the investigation there. Christina?
Well, Chris, Mary, these 2 shootings have everyone talking because they happen so rarely in this area. We are at this.
See? I'm telling you, they brought the community to the Chipotle. These shootings are rare in this area. Bergen County, however you pronounce it. And quote unquote famous rapper goes to the Chipotle, probably on Instagram Live, taunting his ops. Yeah, we at the Chipotle in Bergen County, whatever. Pull up. We ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that goes down. Not saying that that's what he did in this case, but how did they get the drop? How they get your location? Obviously, people talking in the streets, but they followed him to the suburbs. What can you say? What can you say? If you are a hip hop artist right now, you're a target.
Scene of the first. This plaza is known as City Place. It is a popular shopping destination and closer to the.
Honestly, you don't even have to be in hip hop. It's really if you're a black content creator, period, you're a target. That's really what it is. If we want to be all the way funky with it. Cause I swear, didn't DDG just get robbed or something? Like they pulled up on him. A lot is going on, and I know he raps too, but I mean, it's like if you show your face on social media and people think that you're getting money, even if you're not, they on your ass.
The back, there is also a set of luxury residential apartment complexes. Police say just after midnight Wednesday, they responded to a 911 call about a shooting at 14 Promenade by the Chipotle here. They arrived and found a 22-year-old victim suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. TMZ has identified that victim as Bronx rapper Lil TJ. Police say there was also a second connect.
Hold on, did y'all see them gas prices? Hold up. Did y'all see those damn gas prices? $5.19, $5.59, $6.99 for diesel. $7 freaking dollars. And y'all did this. The sisters and the glider libs did this. We did it, Joe. Man, we tired. We all tired.
Was also a second connected shooting at the Exxon Mobil gas station about half a mile up the road. There they found another 22-year-old who was also shot. Now, those who frequent this waterfront plaza say no place is untouched by violence anymore.
A couple times I've been, it's been real quiet, peaceful, nice, in and out.
It doesn't stop. It just happens everywhere in the whole city, everywhere.
The Bergen County Prosecutor's Office is now leading this investigation. They have not released any suspect information or confirmed if anyone is in custody. We did run into a man who identified himself as the rapper's mentor. He told us that TJ is currently undergoing surgery and is expected to recover. Reporting live from Edgewater, New Jersey, Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.
And we are following breaking news out of New Jersey. Police are investigating 2 shootings in Edgewater. One of the victims, popular rapper Lil TJ, whose real name is Tion Jaden Merritt. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles live in Edgewater with the breaking details and exclusive video. Darla.
And you know the worst thing about being a hip hop artist is because, like, back in the day, if you got shot, it was a big deal. And like the next album that you dropped was guaranteed to go platinum. Like, remember, like 50 Cent got shot, he drops an album, it's OV, all right? But nowadays, if you get shot, I mean, honestly, you look at Lil TJ's numbers, you know, he making money, he getting a bag, he's quote unquote famous or whatnot. He's lit on TikTok, got songs lit on TikTok, but I mean, he's not really selling records like that. No disrespect, respectfully, but he's not, it ain't like he's, you know, like really selling records like 200,000 first week, something like that, 100,000 first week, hell, 50,000 first week. So it just makes you wonder, what even are you doing this for, right? Why not just put out the music, make your little social media posts, and then move in silence? Because all this other stuff is really not worth it.
David, yes, the victim in this case, one of the 2 shooting victims, according to law enforcement sources, is Lil TJ, who has 7 million Instagram followers and is widely known for one of his hits, In My Head. Now, we're at the Exxon here on River Road in Edgewater, which is the second of 2 shooting locations overnight. And I want to take you straight to the surveillance video that we just obtained here at this scene. And let me describe to you what you're seeing. You're going to see a white security vehicle with yellow flashing lights. It is believed that this is a security guard that patrols a shopping plaza about a mile down the road where the first shooting took place. It is believed that that security officer brought the second shooting victim to this Exxon to call for help. Now, we just spoke with eyewitnesses who were actually here around midnight last night when that victim came in the backseat of the security vehicle, and they told me that it was a pretty chaotic scene, that he looked very messed up, to quote them, laying flat on his stomach, and his head was actually dangling out of the backseat of that car until he was transported by ambulance. But let's go back to the first shooting scene. That is about, again, a mile down the road at the city.
Okay, so looking at Lil TJ's album sales for his debut album, he had 62,000 in the first week. So that's actually pretty decent for you know, an artist his size. So you know, shout out to him, but it's definitely not platinum. Like it's definitely not gold. So like I said, what is the reason for doing the street push persona thing if it's not actually furthering your career? Because I mean, Lil TJ, he features with street artists, but he's a sing song. You know, he one of them sing song rappers.
Place at Promenade on Edgewater Road. What investigators in Bergen County are confirming so far is that the shooting took place there, that there were two shooting victims, both the age 22 years old. It is believed that that is the location where little TJ was shot. Again, both of these victims were transported to the hospital, and their conditions at this point is unknown. Now, again, we're live here at the Exxon on River Road, as well as just a mile down the road from City Place. Both of these scenes have been cleared out by police, but this investigation is ongoing. And we are also seeing on social media lots of tributes, other rappers in the area calling for prayers for little TJ. For example, French Montana is appealing for those to pray for his successful surgery.
How about y'all pray that somebody turn these bastards in, right? Like they're praying for little TJ, but then they're also saying, hey, don't snitch on the people who did this. I mean, we're so backwards in the community. People are getting fed up of it. Like, people are not accepting this. Oh, the system is racist against it. They're done with that, man. I'm telling you, the tide is turning, and it's gonna, if we don't get our stuff together, it's gonna look ugly on the back end, because this is doing the most. Like, nobody really would have ever thought Lil TJ would have got shot, even though he does feature with, you know, street rappers, and he was associated with Pop Smoke and 504, and I mean, he's associated with a lot of different guys in that New York drill hip hop scene. So, you know, you play with fire, you get burned.
And survival. This is still developing, and we'll have much more for you coming up on this evening on Eyewitness News First to School.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video. Let me adjust my mic. My camera really quick. All right, guys. We have a lot to get into. Oh, man. YNW Melly making dreadhead niggas look bad, bro. We got to get into it. As you guys know, we've covered YNW Melly before. The community is still saying free him. They're still saying free YNW Melly. All right. Well, we have some updated information from the courthouse that, you know, maybe gives you a reason to keep his black ass in jail. Okay. These niggas are out of pocket, bro. The young niggas are out of pocket. Okay. And it's getting, it's not like the most famous dudes are not the only ones on that. That's what I'll say. the guys who get famous are a representation of what we have in the community, and it's sad. Okay, it's sad. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna show you guys what is going on. YNW Melly, in recent court documents, basically is being accused of authorizing the killing of his own mother. Yes, that's it. The killing of his own mother. And the reason why I believe this, everybody trying to say, oh no, it's cap, it's cap, it's cap. No, the reason why I believe this is because they went through his phone. It's on his phone. Meaning he was speaking with somebody else through his phone, discussing killing his own moms. Okay. This shit is getting real, y'all. So let's read into it. This is from the witness, whose name is unidentified so far. It says, witness, I have not found anything to go against this. If I had found anything to go against it, I would state it, such as his original gang name, right? What they were called early on, what they were calling themselves early on, the 40th Avenue Army Gang. And this is not YNW Melly's first run-in with the law, guys. See, what you have to understand is YNW Melly was a career criminal, a juvenile offender as well. So he's been caught up in a lot of shit. And for him to get connected to the shooting deaths of his own friends is not by coincidence. The nigga did that shit. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay? We're not gonna be, beating around the bush with the community anymore. It's over. All right, we're done with that shit. We ain't standing for it. He said that's something that I learned between the last deposition and this one, and I've stated it before. At this point, it doesn't change anything because they were still repping blood by Mr. Aldestine. I don't know who that is, but I guess that might be legal representation. But it says, has, in your opinion, Melly authorized any communication for the commission of a crime? The answer was yes. If you read his phone, there's narcotics trafficking, firearms violations, authorizing the killing of his mother. Those are things that you would consider authorizing. Is there physical evidence of identifying him as a criminal gang member? His phone, social media accounts, songs, YouTube. Obviously, he's a gang member. I mean, his dumbass mama got slime in her fucking bio on Instagram. So what the fuck do you think that means when we have YSL and all their dirty laundry is being aired out in Fulton County? So everybody knows what the fuck slime means now. Yes, he's a gang member. Okay? He created the fucking gang. Now, let's read the comments because they're very interesting. Black people do not want to admit this shit. And it's scary. There's no accountability in the community. They're still saying free the nigga. Okay? They say now they trying to put bruh under the jail. Man ain't never getting out. Bro, what? They trying to have his mother change against him. So his allegedly took out his friends over his mother, but he had a hit out on her. Yeah, and that's a good point. Yes. It doesn't matter if and for one, he didn't kill the guys because of the mother, okay? Because the dude was threatening his mom. No. That might have been a factor, but the main thing was he didn't want to pay him a $200,000 payment for like signing to the record label or some bullshit like that. And that's why he killed him. Okay. It was more so over money. And just like, you know, these niggas can't get along as well. So they just saying anything now. Everyone who was saying free him can't be trusted. Right. And then you'll have people in the comment section replying, you know, you'll have people in the comment section replying and saying, still free him. Somebody says free Melly. Then somebody says anyone who ain't saying free Melly can't be trusted. We're done as a community if this is the consensus. Okay. It's crazy. So let's get into his mother's Instagram page. We're gonna do this because we have to hold the sister accountable who raised this super gremlin on demon time. And she does still have a son in the household. Hopefully he hasn't been corrupted, but chances are he has. This is his mother. Okay. This is the woman who raised this gremlin. I don't know what the fuck went down in their household, but you could tell she's one of them ratchet bitches. Let's just keep it a buck. I mean, no self-respecting mother is going to wear this. You've got 2 boys. What do you want them to think about women? See, this is my fucking thing with these women. You can't have it both ways. You can't dress like a fucking stripper and then expect your sons to respect women. Okay? Those two do not go hand in hand. I don't give a fuck how much you want to spin it. And, oh, yeah, I can teach them to do. Look, bruh. They are going to treat the women in their lives like their baby daddy or like your baby daddy treated you. Okay? That's the reality of a situation. Straight up. I don't see what she expected. All right. The nigga that she raised is straight evil. And she's sitting up here on the gram acting cute when your son is eligible for the death penalty. This is what we like to call son husbands. YNW Melly is a son husband. And we know that in the community, there is a high femicide rate, and we never put it past these niggas to killing their girlfriends, killing their baby mamas. I mean, I do countless stories. Okay. So she's a son. She raised a son husband. And the way that he showed his masculinity is getting involved with crimes. Okay. Now, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what the fuck happened with this dude. This is on her watch. I don't know what's up with the father, but it looks like the younger son may suffer from the same fate. You know, allegedly he's more competent, doesn't have as short a fuse. But he's definitely chilling with some deadheads. Oh, man. I just hope he doesn't get caught up, because she raised 2, and it looks like he's already, you know, got his money now. So he's capitalized off of the fame of his brother. This is really the winner out of this whole situation, honestly. This guy, he's really the winner out of this whole YNWB slime, YNW Melly's younger brother. He's really the winner out of this whole situation, because his brother's out the way. Nobody's checking for YNW Melly's music anymore. Okay. He's making music and he's like a kid star. And people say, oh, YNW Melly was making the blood sacrifice. No. YNW B Slime made the blood sacrifice and he didn't even have to get his hands dirty. Now, am I saying he wants his brother to be in prison? No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. But you always have to question yourself, who profits? And obviously, the one who profited the most is YNWB Slime. Okay? It's YNWB Slime. It's a no-brainer. The mother, she got 150K on Instagram, but she has no talent. She's just a woman who opened her legs to a Pookie and Ray Ray and ended up winning the lottery pick. And by mean lottery pick, I'm saying her sons got involved in gang activity and they started rapping. All right. And it just so happened that YNW Melly got let's say that he got backed. Okay. He got backed by the music industry. And I'm sure they knew there was something off with this nigga. Okay. And yeah, he makes little catchy music, but he's not the best nigga. I bet he's not even the best nigga in his hood, honestly. But they allow certain people to get put on. That's what it is. They allow certain people to get put on. So let me see. So the little brother has 1.1 million followers. YNW Melly has 4. You see what they're doing? 3 weeks ago, YNW Melly added a video of YNWB Slime rapping on his Instagram. So they're going to use YNW Melly's Instagram to transfer his following to YNWB Slime. Okay. And if you don't believe me, then let me show you. You know, and I know this is a little in depth for my older viewers. Y'all don't know who the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all like, what are all these acronyms? Right? What are all these acronyms? What the fuck is YNW Melly posting about Johnny Depp? Come on, bro. Are you serious? Johnny Depp didn't. What? Whoever is running his page, they are literally they just need to shut the fuck up and don't post anything about him unless it's free him. But yes, here's the video of YNWB Slime rapping. They know it's over. That's why they have to transfer the fan base. They got to transfer the fan base because now he's the cash cow of the family. Okay? Now he is the son husband. Now he's the provider. Okay? Let's hear if you got some bars. Let's hear.
Caught up in your vibe, trying to get your image out my wall, trying to change the pictures of us underwater. Dust on the glass on the floor. Pictures of.
He has a nice voice. He does have a nice voice. This is no auto-tune, no nothing. He's talented.
But just remind me that you're not mine anymore. Running in circles, I'm out of my mind. If we get close enough, we can stop time. Oh, I can't deny that I need some space, cause I know that I cannot right my wrongs.
Hey, let me know if y'all like it in the chat. You know, it don't got a beat behind it. I mean, he does have a nice voice. Natty Wit said he sucks. Look, man, I mean, he does have a nice voice. But the chat is not fucking with it. But he is going to be able to take this flow, take whatever he got, take the fan base, and then ride the wave, and you know, he might even make more money than YNW would have ever made. I'm pretty sure when YNW Melly is convicted of this double homicide, then that's when it's going to be dead, and then the fan base will fully transfer.
But I can sing them, don't know where I belong, 'cause I don't fit in. Feels like I'm floating up. Am I still dreaming? I knew it all along that you would leave me caught up.
So yeah, there you have it. The community is absolutely defending YNW Melly. This is the game, y'all. So this is why it definitely feels like there won't be a change in the when it comes to the crime in the community, because if you can defend a guy who killed 2 of his best friends, then I mean, you're pretty much done. You're done. All right. You're done. It's like you are supporting a Judas. This is his mom's story. She posting a lot. Ride or die mom. Let's see. Let's go back. Ride or die mom. I mean, I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Honestly, I wouldn't even say anything. Would not say a damn thing. You know? And she has to know that he did this too, right? Like, she has to know intimate details. Are they saying his mama had him at 14? Lord, have mercy. And now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Dude, they literally had a birthday of this nigga with this nigga. They had a birthday celebration with a cardboard box. And this nigga's not even dead. Okay? Man. These chicks is wildin', bruh. This is definitely an instance where you got to say, sisters, come get your kids. It makes no sense. He even in the cardboard cutout, the nigga looks evil. I mean, he really does. He looks evil. But that's the story on YNW Melly. Honestly, we really don't even have to get into the details because he did that shit. And if you guys want to look into it, go ahead, look into it. I don't have all the documents. I did have them before, but you know, I'm not even gonna go through them. It's not even worth it. It's so easily accessible that he did that shit. And it is what it is. But I do want to talk about some other rappers. Okay. This isn't going to be a very long live, but I do want to talk about some other rappers. There was an instance where Lil Durk shoved a fan for disrespecting King Von, allegedly. Of course, that was his cousin or whatnot, so he's gonna defend him, but you can just tell, like, these dudes are so easily offended. A lot of these dudes are emotional, and this is why whatever they're doing, I don't know how many of the young rappers are actually going to, you know, still be here in 10, 20 years, like physically. Not even that their music is you know, dead or whatever, but just them being alive in general. I don't think that you can stir up so much just so much tension have death all around you and you're gonna skate the whole way. But anyways, here he is confronting a fan. It was like a random, like, European sounding white boy or some shit. He got in his feelings because apparently he was talking about King Von or had a NBA YoungBoy shirt. I think that's what it was. He had an NBA YoungBoy fan gear or something like that. But let's get into it. So, Lil Durk pushes the guy, and the guy didn't touch Lil Durk because if he did, he would have got packed out by the whole security. But look, I mean, Lil Durk is not a big guy. Okay, like his arms are very small. And, you know, he could inflict some damage. I'm not saying he can inflict damage, but he doesn't really strike me as the type. Physically, I mean, he might shoot a gun, yeah. Like a lot of these dudes do. They'll shoot the gun. But to get in a physical altercation, I would not put my money on him. So, I mean, he can absolutely, I mean, that's a assault on camera. If he was really petty, he would sue. But why would you even invite these types of situations into your life? A lot of these dudes, they're high out of their mind and not just weed, okay? They're high out of their minds. They're numbing a lot of the pain. You know, his brother just got killed, you know, this year, earlier this year, or was it like late last year? Either way. But it just looks to me, it looks like he's spiraling. The only thing that's keeping him afloat maybe is his girl, who he speaks highly of. But you got to these situations, man, they're avoidable. And a lot of these dudes are not thinking straight and they have a violent disposition. And this is how these dudes on the street act, except with guns. All right. It says fan held his ground, didn't even flinch. Von rolling in the flames of hell. Jesus. So 6ix9ine is trolling him after that, apparently. It's a lot of shit going on in the hip hop realm. I do want to get into Philly though, guys. We got a lot going into Philly, and I actually saw this fight that broke out on the Philly sidewalks. I don't think it got shot up, but it is a pretty escalated fight, if you will. Let me see if I could, if it goes too crazy, I might show that joint. Oh, damn. Yeah, these are random kids fighting in the streets. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I'm gonna show it because it shit, man. It's an example of just what's going on with these little niggas, bruh. Oh, I'm a little down today, guys. I'm a little down today. Some more low tempo frequency here. But it's at this point, you know, I got to make 2 more videos today. So I'm not going to drag the live on, but Philly is a lost cause. For one, look at the streets. The community is just dirty, shit all over the ground. Nobody picking up after themselves. Blunt wraps, food, wrappings, all that shit. So let's get into it. Damn.
Yo. All right, y'all. All right.
So they jump one dude, and we're supposed to believe these niggas are brave. Like, they literally, 3 dudes, 3 on 1. They gang up on them.
Oh, yo. Yo, that's enough. Oh, my God. What's going on?
And these are the types of fights that get shot up. Okay? That's the reality. Like, people say, oh, they don't fight no more. No, they fight. They fight. But then the shooting follows up shortly thereafter. And I won't be surprised if 50% of these niggas in this video are dead within the next 5 years. Okay?
Oh, my God. What the fuck is on? Yo. Come on. What is going on?
So we got the sister filming, talking about some what is going on.
Oh my God.
It's wild, man. This is the youth, guys. In a nutshell. And then once that happens, the sisters will be surprised when bodies start dropping. That's my thing. You know, Philly is in a very rough position right now. This is the angry youth. They're lashing out. People trying to blame it on COVID. People trying to blame it on everything. But we have to look at the culture. That's really what it is. Where you can't settle your differences without resorting to some type of violence. So we got another video here where we're in New York now. And a fight breaks out with the police officers after they are arresting an unruly sister.
Dumbest person I know in the world. She caught the chase from the boys, got away, and came back and told them to lock her up.
It's not right.
So you heard what he said. She got away, she ran, she resisted arrest, and then she came back and allowed herself to be locked up. Oh, man, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. And, you know, I guess that's commendable. She goes and goes and takes accountability, but I think it was more about shit talking the cops.
How the fuck she got away and came? So don't lock her up. Oh, she got what she wanted.
So it looks like she's getting arrested for a speeding ticket. She probably had warrants out. It can happen. It can happen. But you don't have to trip. Just fight it in court. I've seen people get arrested for speeding tickets because they had like hella unpaid tickets. It can happen. But now it looks like a brother wants to jump in and maybe help her or fight her. I don't know if he's mad at her or he's mad at the police.
She said she got away and told them to lock her up.
Okay, yeah, so they're going at the police. They're trying to get her out of custody. This is how you get shot by the police. This behavior right here. You know what I mean? Like, come on. She left. She came back. She surrendered herself to the police. Keep it moving. Fight in court.
Oh, shit. They all want to go to jail. I'm confused.
You hear him. Don't touch my brother. Don't touch. Oh, my God. This is the environment that has been created. Like, these people are looking for any instance to argue with the cops. These officers are holding their composure very well. They haven't spazzed out. They're trying to do their jobs. And this is how the community reacts. And then they gonna be upset when they when Darquavius or something gets shot, and then the police they ain't responding on time. Like, you can't win for losing with these motherfuckers, man. It's ridiculous.
Vince, she got a girl in jail. She trying to go see.
And these are the women. These are the women in the community. And I have a lot of people who give me pushback, but this is the fucking reality. And if these women will talk like this to the police, they will talk like this to you. This is the wild shit. You have a woman barking like a dog, like she won't get punched in the face. You hear that shit? That's not a man. That's a woman saying that. Look, now she dropped her weight.
Oh, she spit in his face.
Wow, they trying to pull her out. How y'all gonna get her out the damn handcuffs? These motherfuckers laughing, recording, but if somebody would have got shot, they would have been like, man, why y'all do that? How y'all do that to them folk, bro? They wasn't even doing nothing. She turned herself in. She came back. Like, the narrative would have been spun so crazy. That's why I'm actually glad that there are cameras. That's why I'm actually glad that there are body cam, because it shows you how wild these motherfuckers been acting. You know? Like, if somebody got shot in this instance, I would not like, I wouldn't bat an eye. I'm not protesting for that shit. If you want to act like a fucking dumbass, then that's the result you're going to get. Now, we're lucky that nothing happened. They're blessed that nothing happened. But you literally have a mob of random motherfucking hood niggas out here fighting the cops. This could have ended way worse.
Oh, she spit in his face. We recording it.
Wow, look. He pushed the cop. Look, and these cops, they really did get bitched, though. They got bitched, man. You had an officer, I mean, he got shoved. He got straight pushed. And she's the one who hit him. Okay? You seen that shit, right? Wow. And that's, I mean, what is he like? Y'all think this burrito gremlin? I mean, his hair is too silky to be a Afro Latino, right? But he's straight through that cop. Boom. Against the car. Watch it again. Boom. Like I said, if somebody would have got shot in this instance and she hits him, and then he reacts by throwing her, they all need to be arrested. Every single one of them. Every single one. Look, she throws the first punch, bow, punches him twice. And these are the women. Lord have mercy. Dude, anybody even trying to interact deserves to get shot. We got to stop playing these games, bruh. This is the community. This is the community. So he assaults an officer on camera, and then the other nigga tells him, get out of here, so he doesn't get arrested for assaulting an officer. But he's literally on camera. And the problem with the officer is he didn't address that violent shove right there. This is a violent shove. Because he could have, look, his gun is open. He could have shoved him, then grabbed the gun, then pushed him. This is a violent shove. Like, these niggas need to be fucking disciplined, bruh. This shit can't stand. Shit can't stand. These cops really held their composure. They held their composure because me, I wouldn't have been fucking with the bullshit. I would have shot that dude in the red. I would have shot her dumbass brother with the pajamas who was trying to get her out of the handcuffs. I'd have shot all them motherfuckers. And these niggas are laughing. This is cute. Oh, they saying he's Dominican? Yeah, probably. This is cute to the community. Okay? So there you have it. It's pretty much OV. I did want to show this other video because, and then we're going to get out of here. We have a lot of emotional individuals in the community. A lot of grown-ass hobosexuals. We've also got a lot of grown-ass hobosexuals. And I saw this video on World Star. I thought it was funny. This guy is kicking his son out. I mean, son got a full-grown beard. I don't know how old this nigga is, but you guys will see. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. We got a lot of shit going on in the community. We got a lot of shit. And maybe we might break down the schools too. We'll break down the schools on the last one too. But this video is crazy. So my thing is, a lot of brothers have been turned out by the LGBT community at a young age. Now, you could talk about molestation. You could talk about just getting on that phone, being on that iPad too long. Whatever it is, maybe some cartoon influences. A lot of these cartoons taught niggas how to be gay. And that's some real shit too. Like, I know a lot of fruity niggas that came up off of SpongeBob. And I like SpongeBob too until there was one episode where Patrick was like the wife and SpongeBob was a husband, and I stopped watching after that. I had to stop. And then it just got more and more suspect from the memes that I had saw and all this kind of stuff. So I had to fall back from SpongeBob. My favorite character on SpongeBob was actually Mr. Krabs. Like, I was fucking with Mr. Krabs, you know. Even though that panty raid shit was kind of whack, I thought that was some sucker shit for Mr. Krabs to be going on some panty raids and shit. But we got this brother right here, this brother of the LGBT community, and his dad is fed up with the gay shit. That's really what it is. His pops is not having it, bruh. And he's probably bringing back niggas to the crib. No cap. He probably bringing niggas back to the crib. And I know that just leaves a sour taste on your mouth to have your son like pulling up. Like it looks like he might have lip fillers or lip gloss on, fake lashes, just looking like, you know, female. I mean, that's got to break your heart as a father, right? I mean, it'd be different if your son was like the mask, like he's a top, like he, you know what I'm saying? He fucking niggas, but you know, that it would be hard to stomach, right? It would fuck you up. But this right here, this one is wild. So let's get into it.
Get out of my house, man. You saying get out, Daddy, but you don't even telling me a real reason. I get up every morning, I go to work. I pay my half the bills. Every month I go half with you on the bills. Everything paid.
So he's going half with his pops on the bills. Honestly, he looked grown as fuck. And what I mean by grown as fuck is that nigga is grown. And it looks like he's in New Orleans. It looks like he's in New Orleans. This nigga looked like a 30-year-old man. You still living with your pops. It's time to grow up, bruh. It's a lot of arrested development out here. But this nigga is grown. You up in my house with all that gay shit. He's not fucking with it. Point blank. The father is not fucking with it. He in the house. He, you know, he coming home late after a night out on the town. Twerking when he walking in and out the doors, farting and shit. And Pops is tired of it, bro.
What's the reason? Look at this. I come home and you packing my stuff for what? You going through my drawers, you in my room. What are you doing? You tell me why.
So he said, you know why. He told him he ain't want that gay shit in his house. That's the reality. And bruh came straight through with the lashes, the nails, the everything. In straight rebellion to his father. Whether you guys like it or not, I could understand, like, you know, if this guy was like 15, 16 and he was doing that shit, yeah, you wouldn't like it, but you probably wouldn't kick him out. This nigga looks like he's fucking 35 years old. Look like he worked in at the motherfucking distribution plant of Ford Motors. Like, why are you still in your daddy house, Brad? At this point, you got to go. You got to go. And then he filming it, trying to make it a big spectacle. Probably influenced by Saucy Santana. And Saucy Santana is a gay rapper who is, I mean, he's turning a lot of niggas out, bruh. He really is. Like the other day, I was working in the schools, and we were doing this summer camp thing, and bro, it was some, like, you know, young boys listening to the Saucy Santana shit, and they was obviously fruity as fuck. And I was like, yo, you can't play that music here. I was telling them you can't play that music here, and they were like, they sounded like sister, like, what you mean we can't play that? I was like, whoa. And these are like kids between 3rd and 5th grade. It's really scary. And if you guys are not watching what your kids are watching on the phone, this could be your son. I can almost 100% listen. I mean, I can almost 100% guarantee that this nigga listens to Saucy Santana, bro. And I'm not saying Saucy Santana is the reason why he's gay. He could have been born gay, okay? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, But if your father has rules and says, don't bring that gay shit into my house, and then you brought that gay shit into the crib, you got to go. You got to go, especially when you are 40 years old living with pops. I don't give a fuck if you paying half the bills. Okay? My house and my rules, point blank.
What are you doing? What do you mean what I'm doing? What you mean? Why are you recording? Because I want the people to see how I'm being treated. You're not telling me the reason.
So you heard him. The father said, look how you treat me. And he's going to go to the LGBT thing. He's going to try and make it seem like he's only getting kicked out for being gay. As a matter of fact, Pops might have even been cool with him being, you know, gay and doing all the gay shit. But it's the way that he treats his father. What you guys got to understand is there are some, you know, there are some gay dudes who, you know, they don't fuck with straight men. Like how they think that straight men look at them, they actually like have some hate, you know, in their heart. That's the reality. Now, am I saying that homophobia is not real? No, that's not what I'm saying. They're going to try and twist my words. But all I'm saying is, if y'all think that these gay niggas like are not hating on straight shit, then you got another thing coming.
You're not telling me the reason though. You can't be real and tell me. You can't be real and tell me the reason though. Tell me the reason why you put me out. You keep saying the company I keep. Yeah. I got the same two friends I've been at.
Yeah, but they're running through my house. You're coming in.
What's the reason though? What's the
See, coming in any time of the night. Older men don't like that shit. Older men do not like that shit. Okay? I mean, that's just the reality, bro. If you're coming in at, and y'all know how, you know, a lot of these dudes, they're in these, you know, gay bars and whatnot, and they coming in with different niggas. Like, it's not, if you're a fucking gay dude, let's keep it a buck. It's not hard to find another gay dude to fuck. That's the reality. So when they do go to these bars and shit, it's almost like 100% success rate. It's gonna be like 100% success rate because look, this is how I look at it. If you're a guy, you'll pretty much fuck anything if you're heterosexual. Like you'll even fuck an ugly bitch. Like you'll fuck a butterface, and that's just the reality. Okay, like you'll really smash a butterface, and that's the reality. Imagine if you're a gay dude, that means you'll fuck literally anything. Because your only option is to get dookie dick every time you want to have sex. Like, that's not, you know, respectfully, that's not cool, bruh. That ain't cool. Especially for a father. And y'all nigga, that's a big motherfucker right there. This is a big nigga, so you know he ripping asshole. This nigga is ripping shit apart. Okay? He ripping shit. And his dad probably doesn't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that shit. There's a lot going on in that household that you just are not aware of. Even if you're a grown man, you're still not like, as a father, if I was a father, you're not, I don't give a fuck if it's a man or a woman. You're not coming into my house and fucking. Straight up. Straight up. Like, if you have respect for your father, you're going to get a hotel. But you're not going to come into my home. I don't give a fuck if it's men, women, trans motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck if you fucking a dog. You're not coming into my house on no fucking shit. Okay? That's the reality of the situation for my son or for my daughter. because that shit's just not right. It's just not right. Now, am I saying that I ain't never like tried to sneak a bitch in? Of course, I'm gonna try. Of course, I've, snuck chicks into my crib and all this kind of stuff. But as a father, I'm not going to condone that shit. I'm not just gonna allow it to happen. Now, if you get one over on me, okay, I might come in and smelling like dookie dick, but I might look over it, go like I know that nigga was fucking in his damn room, but I can't prove it. It might be one of those, but I'm not just finna willingly you coming in at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., you bringing back a nigga who's bigger than you and me, dookie dicking them down, stinking up the fucking bedroom, plastering the sheets, plastering the sheets because these dudes, I mean, it's a gruesome scene. It's a gruesome situation. There's no way you're going to fuck anything. I don't give a fuck if you haven't eaten for 6 months. There's no way you're going to fuck an asshole and there's not going to be leakage. Like if you're smashing a woman, that kind of stuff, you'll just wipe it up. It's, that white residue, you just wipe it up with, warm towelette, rub it down on the sheet real quick. You can still sleep on that shit. Like you could smash a woman, the fluids be rushing out and shit like that. You wipe it down, spray it with some Febreze, throw a towel on that shit. Next day, it's good as new. Now, I would advise you to wash your sheets, especially if she's a squirter. But you can pretty much you can go to sleep off of the results of like heterosexual sex. Like you can lay on them covers, you can lay on them sheets. With this shit, you can't. And like I said, this nigga, he's every bit of 6'3" minimum. This is a big motherfucker. He bigger than his daddy. He bigger than his daddy. So his mama was big. So this nigga is straight wrecking shit. I mean, he's leaving diarrhea every time he fucking something. And you just don't, as a father, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. And then it's two grown ass men fucking under your house. There's no way I'm letting that shit go down. And it has nothing to do with homophobia. It has nothing to do with, oh, I'm scared or I'm judging. No, bruh. That shit ain't right. To let your son fuck a nigga in your crib is crazy. That's crazy. So he got to. He has to kick him out. Shout out to Performer with the $20 or the $5 super trap. He says, I'm good, bruh.
Oh, say that.
Yeah, man, it's a lot going on. A lot of broken homes. This is a broken home. This is a broken back and a broken home. Okay?
House, you're coming in.
What's the reason though?
What's the? You don't care about it.
Is it because I'm not a basketball player?
He said you don't care. He's not abiding by the rules. And then look, the gay nigga is speaking over him, taking on the female attributes. He asked him, what is the reason? He named multiple reasons. You're coming in at any hour of the night. That was one reason. You're not abiding by the rules that I laid down. That's 2 reasons. It has nothing to do with him being gay. Listen up.
Is it because I'm not a basketball player?
He said, is it because I'm not a basketball player? Well, with your big ass, you probably wouldn't have done that well in basketball. Maybe when you're like in middle school and high school, but once you get to college, the point guards are 6'3", and you're too fat to be a point guard. So you would have probably been better at football, like defensive end or something like that, or a nose tackle, which he probably should have pursued, honestly. But, he chose the LGBT lifestyle, which is fine. But when you choose that lifestyle, you at least have to abide by your father's rules. My nigga, you're 30 plus with a beard, and 30 is I'm being nice. You got to find your own crib, bro. It's time to grow the fuck up. You grown enough to fuck another grown-ass man in the ass, but you're not grown enough to live at your own spot.
The reason, though, what's the... You don't care about it. Is it because I'm not a basketball player? Is it because I'm not a football player, Daddy? I didn't make you proud? Like, come on. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous.
You heard him. He said, you're breaking all the rules. When a man has rules in his house, you don't break them. If he says, let the toilet seat down, you let that motherfucker down. If he says, hey, when you come in my house, take your shoes off, and you don't take your shoes off at the door, you're disrespecting that man's sanctuary. You're disrespecting his abode. He said, is it because I'm not a basketball player? My man didn't even pronounce the K in basketball. A basketball player. A football player. No, football player. You forgot the T. He tried to make it about something that it wasn't. Yes, your father is disappointed in you. Did he kick you out because he's disappointed in you? Partly. Possibly. But you also weren't following the rules. So maybe he could stomach the disappointment. God damn it. Let's keep it a buck. Any man whose son comes out gay, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed, but you learn to love him and accept him for who he is. But once he starts rebelling and being disrespectful to your home, and this is another grown-ass man, no, you're not staying.
I didn't make you proud? Like, come on. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Look at this. Look how you're treating me, though.
You're talking back under my roof.
Talking back under his roof, and yes, he is. He hasn't let his father get a word in. He hasn't let his father get a word in. And watch, when he says you're talking back under my roof, watch him talk back. I can already see, you can already look at his face. You can already look at his face and see that he's ready to talk back.
Look how you're treating me, though.
You're talking back under my roof. You're a disgrace to the family. You're disrespectful to me.
What you mean?
You're not what I've been raising, what I used to be raising. You're a whole nother person.
What are you talking about? It's a surprise. You don't have to touch my stuff.
I'm very shocked.
You don't have to touch my stuff. You're not even telling me the reason, though. I want you to be real.
He just told him the reason. You're not respecting the rules. You disrespected the family. You came back a totally different person. I mean, a lot of these niggas will go to college and then come back a totally different person. Same with the women. He's talking back at every turn to his father. You know, fathers, you know, something my dad say, family business is family business. You don't talk about family business with everybody. So if I kick you out, I'm trying to kick you out privately. You embarrass yourself by putting it on social media. So now you brought social media to it. So no, I'm not going to talk about family business. I'm going to give you some vague stuff. I'm not going to go into specifics for your sake and mine's as well. That's the reality. Why are you airing out your family business online?
You say you're a man, be real and tell me why you put me out. I go half with you on the bills. I go half with you on the bills. What's the reason?
I need you out of here.
You're not telling me the reason.
Not everything is about money. This is what these young guys got to realize. Not everything is about money.
Get out of here, man.
What's the reason, though?
Or is there a ride? Is there a lift? Is there?
I'm not going nowhere until you tell me a valid reason why you put me out.
I'm going to make a call.
You don't have to keep touching my stuff. You don't have to keep touching my stuff.
Can you get those things out of here?
Tell me the reason.
He probably got all types of weird sex toys in his closet. This is different, y'all.
Throw my stuff on the floor. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Get out of
here. Don't do that. Now you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're not telling me the reason, though.
I'll get you out of here. You're gonna get.
If I have to leave, I need my half of the bill. If I have to leave, I need my half of the bill.
Wow. So now he wants to get paid for getting kicked out. The entitlement of these young niggas, man. He wants to get paid for getting kicked out of his father's house Talking about I need my half of the bills. Well, I need the money that it costs to raise your dumb ass. I need the money that it costs to raise your dumb ass, right? What about the $250, now $283,000 that it costs to raise a child from birth to 18? I need all that back. The money that I spent for you to go to college, I need all that back. Okay? Like, this is wild that he thinks that his father owes him anything. Like, he raised him his whole life and he's entitled to his half of the bills when his father's been flipping the bill for looks like 35 years.
But you're not telling me nothing. Turn it off. You know why?
Why? Tell me the
Don't
reason.
put that on
What's
me,
the
man.
reason?
You're the reason.
Half my stuff all over the floor. You ain't even like, what's the
Get this
reason?
out of here. Get this out of here, man.
You don't have to touch my stuff. You
Get
don't
this
have to
out
get
of
my
here.
stuff. You don't. I can get my own stuff. You don't have to do that.
That's right, man.
You're not
Well, you weren't getting it.
telling me the reason, though. What's the reason?
I need you out of here.
What's the reason? Why are you putting me out? You in my room. You invading my privacy. You going through my drawer.
My. In his father's home, he's saying my.
You taking out my clothes.
No privacy.
You throwing them all over the floor. You putting them back up.
What about the family privacy?
See, I told you. Look at his face. Ooh, ooh. What about it? That's I guarantee he's gonna say. What about it? What about the family privacy?
Clothes.
No privacy.
You throwing them all over the floor. You putting them back up.
What about the family privacy? What about our privacy?
Why do you keep bringing a family up? This is between me and you. I just want you to know. I just want you to address the issue. What's really the issue? I never disrespect you. I never disrespect you.
Me now.
Yeah, he is disrespecting him now. Filming a conversation. Maybe his dad sent him to be with his mom for a little bit and she turned him out. Who knows?
Wow.
You're putting people in our business. You're recording me.
See, what did I tell you? Grown men with children who actually took care of their kids, they don't like other people in their business. And honestly, he can live a much better life if his son is not in his home. That's the reality. A 3-2 is a lot different when there's only one person in that home. And by 3-2, I mean a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I mean, there's nothing like owning your own home and living alone. And I'm not talking about a little apartment. I'm talking about your own home with a front and backyard. There is nothing like it. And then for you to bring your son in and he's on this type of shit. He's on this type of time, bringing all types of juicy niggas to the crib at all hours of the morning. Bruh. I would he drove his father crazy. That's really what it is. He drove him crazy. He had to get him out. He had to get him out because no father wants to live the rest of his life, with a rotating door of booty bandits. That's just the reality. It'd be different if y'all kept y'all shit on the low, but he probably in the other room hearing y'all fucking, hearing y'all talking about fucking and all types of shit. Am I saying that his dad is perfect? No. But he damn sure, you could tell he's very disrespectful.
Get out of my house, man.
I want people to see how I'm being treated all of a sudden. I guess it was a surprise. I guess it was a shock into the family. I guess that's what it was. That's what it was. Well, just be real and tell me the reason, though. You're not telling me anything. You're not telling me nothing. You don't have to keep touching my stuff.
Get out of here.
I can get my own stuff.
Get
You don't
it,
have to
man.
you don't have to touch my stuff.
I need
You
you out
don't.
of here. Get your
You
bitch
don't.
out of here, man. Come
You know
on,
what? You know what? I'm gonna get somebody to come get me. I'm gonna call me a lift or something. I got it. Don't touch my stuff.
Let's go.
Don't touch. This is ridiculous. I don't have to be treated like this. You know what? You're so stupid and close-minded. You're so stupid and close-minded. You're close-minded. You're close-minded.
Close-minded. You're close-minded. If you don't accept my homosexuality, you're close-minded. if you don't accept me bringing men back to your home and donkey fucking them in the ass, leaving the sheets muddied and bloodied, and then throwing them in my goddamn my washer without throwing some detergent in that bitch, then you're closed-minded. The entitlement, bruh. And this is, I'm not trying to come down hard on the LGBT community. We talk about everybody here, but I do want to make you guys aware that there are a lot of people in the LGBT community that act like this, and they're never going to take accountability for the way that they treated their family members. Okay? For not abiding by the rules that were set in the house.
Oh, like, this is dumb, it's stupid. I'm going. Get out of here, man.
So there you have it. He got kicked out of the crib. It's OV. Now, we're gonna go over one more video here, and this is about the schools in Philly, or New York rather. It's getting rough out here. So we're gonna get through this. Some of these clips you might be familiar with because I've done some videos on shorter clips. One that was featured earlier in this live stream on the replay. But let us get into it. Hold on. Oh, people saying doggy. Did y'all see my dog? Did he just come in here? I don't know.
It's not safe no more.
I was scared. We didn't know what was going on. Oh no.
For some teachers and school administrators across our area, the summer perhaps cannot come soon enough. That's because schools have been dealing with a surge in student violence.
There's fights left and right.
Parents and students in our area have been reporting an increase in fights in school buildings, in hallways and cafeterias.
There's always fighting going on in the hallways.
The principal's like, oh no, she's safe in the school. How? And every time she turns around, the hallways are being blocked with fighting.
My question is the community and the communitino making public schools unsafe? That's a real question.
The fights are also happening outside of the school building. In April, 3 students were injured in a knife fight during dismissal at Spring Valley High School.
Wow.
The Spring Valley Police Department, the school resource officer, we call that a SRO, and school security quickly responded and broke up the dispute. 2 students suffered from a knife wound, and the 3rd suffered minor abrasions to the face.
In May, a 17-year-old student at Ossining High School threatened a student with a knife and hit another student with his car.
Wow.
This photo obtained by Eyewitness News shows
they hitting motherfuckers with cars, bruh. And it looks like the Spring Valley School is predominantly communitino. It's 65% Hispanic, 29% Black, 2.1% white, 2.6% Asian, and the rest is history.
the threat. A 17-year-old clutching a knife, yelling that he was going to kill a student at Ossining High School.
Damn.
It happened this morning around 10:15 outside of the building. A shelter-in-place order immediately went into effect for those inside.
Doors are locked, windows are shut, and some people were in the library, but we couldn't leave anywhere. Like, if you were in a room, which most people were, you would have to stay there and be locked in there until.
Okay, so it looks like the communitino is taking the cake on terrorizing the schools. Ossining High School is 20% white, 60% Hispanic, 11.4% Black, and 4.6% Asian. So, guys, it looks like these burrito gremlins are on demon time.
Further notice.
A school security guard saw what was happening and called police. As they responded, the teen drove off, clipping another student with his car.
Thankfully, once again, no one was seriously injured. But nonetheless, it was a very emotional time and a scary time as well for those involved.
In December, students held a walkout at Susan E. Wagner High School on Staten Island after fights involving guns at the school.
The students were unified in their message that there is way too much violence at Susan E. Wagner High School.
Wow.
All of us are protesting for change. We want better for the school.
Okay, so you see that they're protesting for change as this kid right here flashes a gun sign in the camera. The students are fed up with the they're fed up with the violence, but they're still woke. Okay? So they don't want any consequences to happen to their fellow classmates, but they want something done. That's pretty much how a lot of these young kids think. Shout out to CA with the $4.99 super trap. He says something has changed with Sun people. My school was 90% Sun and Hombrito, and there was some violence, but nothing crazy like this.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Shout out to CA with the $4.99 super trap. If he went to a 90% Sun school, he was definitely outside. I did too, brother. And, you know, I went to high school between 2011, 2013. And we had fights damn near every week at my school. So you're right. Things have changed.
There were back-to-back days of fighting. Recent videos of confrontations have gone viral, including a melee.
And those are teachers getting beat up, y'all. So when y'all say, oh, the teachers need to be armed, arm the teachers. Look, these teachers will get the shit knocked out of them. These teachers will get the hell knocked out of them, bruh. Like, yo, I've seen so many fights at my school, and teachers never even try to break it up. They can't. One time oh my God, there was this one time where I was in 11th grade, and this gay dude named Ben, they used to call him Bend. They used to call him the nigga Bend. Get it? B-E-N-D. Does anybody get it? Okay. But yeah, they used to call him Bend because he had a lisp. And he'll be like, hey, my name Benz. And he'll say like Benz, like plural, it'll sound like. But then like people just was like, you mean Benz? Like Benz, but not like Benz as in a car. Benz as in like, you know, bend your hip. But anyways, he got in a fight, but he was epileptic, right? So he was fighting. And in the middle of the fight, he's actually fighting a woman. Not a woman, a girl at that time. Now she's a woman, but at that time, she was a girl. He was fighting a girl, bruh. And nobody thought anything of it because it was a gay dude fighting a girl. Shout out to Boy Cochino with the $10 super trap. He says, what's happening, BGZ and chat?
Oh, say less.
You already know we outside with it in the community. But, he was fighting this girl, and the girl, I mean, honestly, he was kind of winning, but the girl was holding her own. And she hit him with a clean elbow, and that nigga seized up. Like, they was fighting like girls, you know how they swing their hands. And then he grabs her hair with both hands. And what that did is it did restrict her head movement, but it freed up her arms. And she came with a punch that landed with an elbow. And that nigga seized up. He was like, and like straight stiffened up. And then he's like seizing on the ground and da-da-da-da-da. And then she's on top of him, just whoom, and punching his seizing body. Like, I'm sure that, I mean, for one, he got a concussion because he had to like leave school for like a week or something. And she's literally this is a sister. She's punching him while he's having a seizure on the ground. And you can call it instincts or whatnot, but I mean, that's overkill. That's overkill. And it was an overweight sister, and she was just punching him while he was down on the ground. And it's probably one of the worst fights that I've ever seen, because she's punching him for at least 30 seconds before somebody pulled her off of him. And she's punching this man while he's seizing up. I can almost guarantee he's got permanent brain damage from that event, because if you're having a seizure, you're already getting like some brain damage. And then she's punching him, and his head is hitting that that hard. Y'all know how them school floors be. They hard as fuck. So the schools, yes, they are very violent in the community. And something has changed. Whoever said that, CA, I think, said something changed. And you're right, something has changed. These super gremlins are on demon time.
A couple of months ago in the hallway involving a 13-year-old girl who allegedly had a knife. Another terrifying incident happened outside the school near the buses.
Somebody said I should have broke the fight up. Nah, hell nah. Fuck that. Hey, these girls are big as shit nowadays, bro. Like, I'm not getting into that just so they can say, oh, you putting your hands on women. Because I guarantee if I would have jumped in there, there would have been like 30 hood nigga white knights who would have probably jumped me for putting my hands on a woman. But they won't fight the gay nigga because they think it's funny that he's fighting her. But if a straight man would have jumped in there and tried to stop the fight, he definitely would have got jumped. That's just how it works.
Involving a student being assaulted by two young men. One pointed what appears to be a gun at the victim.
It's ridiculous that children can get hold of weaponry and then have the nerve and audacity to hurt other kids.
It's even happening in elementary schools. Just this week, the mother of a child at an elementary school in Brooklyn.
It says, it said, who stabbed who? She did? She did, ? So it should be who stabbed who, ? She did? And then it says she did. It was in art class. And then the mother says, got it. That's it. Her daughter just stabbed somebody in art class, and the mom responds by got it. Not, oh my God, is the other girl okay? She's probably proud of her daughter. Did my daughter get stabbed? Because if my daughter got stabbed, I'm coming up to the school and I'm finna raise a fuss. I'm finna da-da-da-da-da and do da-da-da-da-da like that gay nigga was in the last video. What do you mean? What do you mean my daughter got stabbed? What do you mean? Going up to the damn school acting a motherfucking fool. But since it was her daughter who stabbed somebody, perfect. She's going to be like, got it. And then she probably laughing with her friends at work. Look, my daughter just stabbed somebody, girl. My daughter crazy as hell. Y'all know Taniquia. Yeah, she crazy as fuck, y'all. Like, bruh. This is where the community is going. This is where the community is going. It's a sad sight, bro. It's a sad sight, man. Obviously could have been really bad. Okay, so it says blank was okay, but obviously could have been really bad. The mother doesn't give a fuck.
And showed us this text message from her child's teacher informing her that another student stabbed her son in the hand with a pencil. Michaela Jones showed us the scars from when she was attacked in March by two girls in the hallway at West Babylon High School. They used a pen to slash her all over her face and back.
A student approached me, and she was in
This is Shorty with the lashes.
my face, arguing with me, yelling at me, saying that I was a girl in a picture. It wasn't me in this picture. And I said that to her. I said, that's not me in the picture. And then I began to walk away from her. As I was walking away from her, she threw juice at me, and I moved in the opposite direction of her. And then her friend came up from behind me and grabbed me by my hair and was stabbing me in my back with a pen. And then she jumped on top of me, and they both dragged me down to the ground, slammed my head into the ground, the wall. They were stabbing me all over, my eye, my neck, my side of my face, my back. They repeatedly kicked me over and over again. And there were teachers around. It took a while for it to get broken up. It wasn't broken up by security or any teachers. It was broken up by janitors.
Jones suffered a concussion and bruised ribs. She hasn't been back to school since.
2 days before I was supposed to return to school, I got notified by other students in the building that these girls were going around telling people that if I come back to school, they're going to have somebody follow me home so that her brother can come to my house and shoot me and my family.
At North Babylon High School, this 9th grader says she was punched in the face while in school. The mother of this 6th grade boy says a group of boys tackled her son in gym class and broke his wrist. This North Babylon middle schooler says she's also been attacked in school.
They followed me into the bathroom, and then the one girl asked me if I wanted to fight, and I just ignored her and I walked out. And she kept putting her arm in front of me to block me.
Shout out to Performer20 with the $5 super trap. He says, "This is my town, and this isn't a common occurrence. I'm surprised West Babylon made it up here."
So I kept walking away, and she kept pushing me across the cafeteria. And then when I got close to my table, she started hitting me in the back of the head.
Parents are getting involved too. In North Babylon, a mother is being charged with hitting a child repeatedly with a metal pipe.
What I tell you? What I tell you?
Because she told police the child had been bothering her son in school and beat him up. The juvenile victim suffered a fractured arm. Eyewitness News obtained from the North Babylon School District emails parents sent to school administrators this school year about violence within the school buildings. The district says they've taken steps to address it, including adding, quote, significantly more high-def security cameras, hiring additional social workers, and seeking to add another psychologist.
Wow, social workers and psychologists. And that's going to fix the problem. Yeah, okay.
Can't leave without having our IDs down, and we can't leave through certain doors now. So things changed and a lot more security.
They hired more guards and all that. So yeah, security did get better in the school. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. The security did get better.
Was it bad there?
Oh, really? So now fund the police in the schools. Now the whole posturing has changed. But if these niggas were to act up in real life, in reality, outside of the school walls, and they were to get disciplined, then we'd be out here protesting. It's a joke, man. It's a joke.
For a little bit of time?
For a little bit, yeah. For a couple of days, it was just fight after fight after fight after fight. But after a while, they toned it down a bit. And after now, everything's peaceful now.
I've been noticing that a lot of the security guards have been more around just to make sure that everyone's safer.
It's happening.
I mean, every single one of these kids that they interviewed is woke as fuck. Don't get it fucked up. They're woke as hell. So on one hand, they're saying, yes, we need more security in the schools. But then when they get older, when they graduate high school and go to college eventually, then they're going to say defund the police. That's how the cycle goes.
Across the country, and it's a problem the Department of Homeland Security warned the public about, saying that the threat of targeted violence in schools will remain elevated across the country as children reintegrate into school and cope with depression and feelings of isolation caused by the pandemic. We are also seeing across the country cases of students attacking teachers. In Las Vegas, a 16-year-old high school student was charged with sex assault and attempted murder for attacking a teacher in a classroom.
Wow. That's insane. Motherfucker sexually assaulted and attempted to kill his teacher. And y'all want to arm these teachers? Dude, these dudes, I mean, I don't think y'all know how big these fucking high schoolers are. These motherfuckers are grown ass. They big as shit.
That a 16-year-old student was talking with a teacher about his grades after school when he became violent, then punched and strangled the teacher to unconsciousness. Police say that another staff member later found the teacher and she was rushed to UMC trauma.
In Florida, a teacher was hospitalized after being attacked by a 5-year-old student.
Remember, we covered that one.
He lunged at the teacher when she wasn't expecting it. When first responders got there, she had fallen backwards, smacked her head. The 13-year veteran teacher was unresponsive for those first responders. She was rushed to the hospital. We're told she suffered a pretty major concussion along with several other major injuries.
And in Ohio, teachers pleaded with their local school board to provide more support as they face increased threats.
Notice how there are no son parents. Where the fuck is the community when it comes to fixing community problems? There's 50 Karens in the building and no Karenishas. These super single mother gremlins are on demon time.
Pleaded with their local school board to provide more support as they face increased threats from students.
I was assaulted by a student that I love and care about.
Here we go. We got one in here. Okay. Representing the building, sis.
And when I tried to help him, he backhanded me to the face.
And she's still woke as fuck. She's still woke as fuck. She's still gonna say, well, it's because you're marginalized and you're disadvantaged and disenfranchised. You know, I should just go ahead and pay for my white privilege through being tortured by a super toddler gremlin.
In New York City, the problem is manifesting in kids bringing weapons, lots of them to school.
Ooga booga, you crazy. He said, how'd that child reach over that mountain? Right. Right. I'm telling you, these kids big as fuck. I mean, you have a 5-year-old eye level with the bitch like that, honestly.
Cool. These are the weapons New York City's.
I mean, even look at these kids right here. Hold on. God damn, these motherfuckers are huge, bruh. What is it? These niggas like 6. He at least 6'2". This one right here, 5'11". And these motherfuckers probably freshmen. Niggas hit their growth spurt at 10 years old. I'm telling you, these kids is huge.
To school. These are the weapons New York City school safety agents say they seized from the backpack of one student at an intermediate school in Chelsea.
Damn.
We've seen the most weapons in our schools in recent years.
The Union for the City's School Safety Agents says this school year they've reported to the NYPD that they've seized 5,931 weapons from students on school grounds. What type of things are kids?
That's crazy. It was nowhere like that when I was in school. I'll tell you that much.
Bringing into school?
Stun guns, knives, brass knuckles, pipes.
And guns.
What about the gun? Remember we did that story where the nigga was jumping on the female's back and then that gun fell out of his pocket?
The union says safety agents who are not armed themselves have.
Damn, these little niggas coming to school trapping. I'm dead. Look at the bag. He got this shit bagged up, came with a revolver and had the bread on him. Damn.
Seized 24 guns from students this year. They say in years prior, they would only confiscate a handful of guns from students, but they say now it's becoming too common. They showed us exclusively how at Port Richmond High School recently, a gun simply.
Yep, there goes the story that I'm talking about. Just fell out of bruh's pocket. He getting a piggyback ride from his enabling sister girl.
Confiscate a handful of guns from students, but they say now it's becoming too common. They showed us exclusively how at Port Richmond High School recently, a gun simply fell out of a student's waistband in the hallway while he was getting a piggyback ride from another student.
He said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Okay, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home." And the gun had an extendo clip on it, y'all. The gun had an extendo clip. Watch again.
Port Richmond High School recently, a gun simply.
Boom, look, the clip. Yo, these motherfuckers are menaces.
Fell out of a student's waistband in the hallway while he was getting a piggyback ride from another student.
And Mitch makes a good point. He said, "Hey man, what's going on? Aren't guns illegal in New York?" Right. They're illegal, but you've got 15 and 16-year-old kids getting piggyback rides with the blicky in their back pocket and sagging. I don't know why he thought he was going to keep that gun in his waistband, trying to get a piggyback ride with his pants below his fucking ass.
In the hallway while he was.
Look, even when he picked the gun up, he had to pick his pants up as well. These niggas are retarded, bro, I swear.
Comment. They showed us exclusively how at Port Richmond High School recently, a gun simply fell.
His pants, he thought he was going to keep that gun in his pocket with his pants hanging off of the bottom of his ass cheek. This is crazy, y'all.
Fell out of a student's waistband in the hallway while he was getting a piggyback ride from another student.
When someone finds a weapon in the school, the very next day, more weapons are brought because children say, well, they have a weapon, I better bring one too. If the city and the police department and school safety and the adults can't protect me from these children, I have to protect myself.
It's a problem that the mayor is aware of.
And that's why you need uniforms. I went to a school where we wore uniforms. Well, in middle school, I went to a school where they were about to implement the the uniform policy, and then I transferred schools. But basically they had to implement a policy where they put tape around the middle of the hallway so you could only walk in one direction in the hallway because we had so many fights in middle school. And then literally the year after I left, everybody was wearing uniforms. So, and you had to wear a belt and you had to pull your pants up. So, that would minimize these niggas bringing guns to school because you'll definitely see the blicky hanging out of their pants if they actually have their pants pulled up.
These guns are not in a gun shop. They are in our schools.
Last month, he showed 3 loaded guns that were found the week prior inside city schools.
Wow, those are beautiful too. This one, it looks like it has a laser and a flashlight on it. Wow. This one has a scope on the top. Sheesh. These kids are getting some real heavy artillery, man.
Inside city schools. One was found in the backpack of a 13-year-old boy. Adams pleaded with parents to
That pea shooter, that one was ugly as fuck.
look through their kids' backpacks and rooms.
Parents are not only parents, they're the lifeguards. They're here to help their children protect from themselves and from others.
Gregory Floyd, the head of Local 237, says what the city needs to do to better protect kids is hire more school safety agents. The NYPD confirmed to Eyewitness News that the city is short a few hundred school safety agents. They said in a statement,
You heard that. School safety agents. What does that mean, police?
because of attrition and the fact that during COVID, several classes of school safety agents were postponed under the previous administration, the city started the school year with hundreds of fewer agents. Floyd says the number is higher than that, and prior to the pandemic, the city had 2,000 more school safety agents. He says even if the city started the process of hiring now, it's too late for the beginning of the next school year.
In order to have school safety agents ready to work in September, New York City would have to hire them 17 weeks prior to the school year because it takes 17 weeks to train them.
Child psychologist Dina Abbey says she believes
Better get started now.
A lot of this fighting and violence between children in school is a result of the pandemic.
I think that there's this heightened arousal, both due to the pandemic, which led to some social instability. It led to emotional and social isolation. It led to financial instability. And all of this heightened arousal, not just from the pandemic, but in general within society, leads to an increase of stress and an increase in a decrease in emotional regulation. So people don't know what to do. There's all of this anxiety and stress within society, and we hand it to these children.
Abby says parents need to do their part in terms of talking to their kids about violence and how to resolve conflict without it.
Bullying is relentless. Really, it's not kids being kids anymore. We have to turn off the TV and get off of social media. Social media has all these algorithms, and they feed off of highly aroused and highly charged posts. Get off of it. Get off of social media. That just amplifies everything.
Well, you can't get them off of social media, so let's find another solution because that's never going to happen unless there's a blackout. Like, way to have these. This is how these social workers act, right? They give you a solution that will never fucking happen. How are you going to make it so that a little nigga, like when he goes home, yes, he's going to be on social media because his mama don't give a fuck. She just stick the iPad in his face and tell him, here, play. Stop bothering your mama. Right? So you want more social workers, but all they're doing is presenting shit that's impossible to do.
So it's really important to learn how to handle stress, and that all happens in the home.
She says if parents are struggling with their own mental health, they should get help. Children can pick up on it easily, and it causes them even more anxiety, she says.
So it's really important for parents to take care of themselves as well.
Abby says she worries that if parents don't do their part, things are heading in a bad direction.
Teach your children how to handle stress and anxiety. Otherwise, this is going to get worse.
We went right to the source and asked these students, why do they think there are fights all the time in school? Why are kids going after each other like this?
Sometimes it is a little bad, but other times it's just a small little thing, and then it turns into something big because other people get angry, and then it just turns into bigger problems.
And people run towards it to get like a video. It's ridiculous. And it may just be for entertainment. It may just be
for attention.
What do you think is going on? You're a kid. Why do you think your friends and people you know, or not know, just your classmates, why do you think they're doing this?
I think they get in like dumb arguments and they think fighting is the only way to solve it.
I think it's a lot of added stress and pent-up anger, and it's easier to take it out on one another.
It makes you wonder, what type of lessons are we teaching our children, and what is next school year going to bring? For 7 on Your Side Investigates, I'm Kristen Thorne, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
That's it, guys. So that's the question, man. Is the community and the communitino making public schools unsafe? So with that, we're at the 2-hour mark, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. It was a pretty chill live stream, but I appreciate everybody for joining. I do want to remind you guys of a couple of things. So we do have the merch. We've got the merch. All right. So make sure you guys go get that. That is in the link, the last link. Okay. Below in the description. It's the last link I have posted. Male and female t-shirts. And then I'm going to share the BGZM News 17 YouTube channel. This is my new YouTube channel where I will be pretty much posting these videos, no commentary. It's just straight to it. I can't cover all the stories in the community, so the rest of them will guaranteed be on any big story that I can't cover. It will be on this page. Okay, so make sure you guys go and subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel to 1,000 subs. So far we're at 160 subscribers. So make sure you guys go subscribe to BGZM News 17. I'm also posting on the BGZM News 17 Instagram and the Black Gen Z Mindset Instagram. I'm posting the YouTube videos there as well. So that's how we're going to rock it. That's how we're going to do it, guys. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for joining in on the stream. And we are going to go and give it to Jim Quavius to take us away.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/BlackGenZMindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video,
subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo! Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live.
That ain't
with
me.
That funky ass suit on. That's that nigga.
That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
You